What's going on, everybody? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. Welcome to another edition of the State of the NFL podcast, where we talk about some of the hottest topics in all of the National Football League. And this is the Monday Night Football edition. I really do appreciate everybody for stopping by, making us a part of your listening, viewing pleasure. I'm not on camera right now, I'm just doing some behind the scenes stuff, but right now, the Atlanta Falcons shocking the world, man, beating up on the Buffalo Bills 21-7. Could have been 28-7. But if Drake London would have stayed in bounds, man, I mean, what a shocker. What an absolute shocker, man. I did not see this coming. Got to give credit where credit is due. The Atlanta Falcons are playing pretty damn good tonight. They're looking like they want to make some noise in the NFC South. And look, I know people may not want to hear this, but y'all know me. I'm pretty fair when it comes to the commentary, okay? There's no love lost between me and the Atlanta Falcons, me growing up as a Saints fan. But I must say, like, I don't like the way that the commentary is making excuses for the Buffalo Bills. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Everybody, oh, man, Josh Allen don't have this, don't have that. They ain't got the defense. Nah, bruh. You line up and you play against who you want to, who you got on the field, man. This is a really good performance because if Josh Allen can somehow pull this out, everybody gonna be talking about how great he is. And I like Josh Allen. We just got to call it. We just got to call it for what it is, man. Call a spade a spade. You may not want it, may not want to accept it, but it is what it indeed is, man. Says you missed Thursday and Sunday night because of you. My life has absolutely no meaning last week. Well, I'm sorry about that, Josh. Yeah, I was on the road last week, man. I left on Wednesday, traveled down to Mississippi, visit the family. Really had a good time, man. Really had a good time visiting my family. Really had a good time, just chopping it up with them, man. Seeing my uncle, seeing my grandfather, and having Paxton, be able to see his great grandfather, man. It was a great thing. It was a great feeling. And also I went to my college homecoming. Shouts out to them Jackson State Tigers, pulling it off, making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot. I mean, just absolutely just went out there and put on a classic with Alabama State, man. Credit to Alabama State. They fought hard, valiantly. But at the end of the day, Jackson State still reigns supreme. All right. Still reigns supreme. A little late tonight because I told people I actually joined an adult flag football league, and we had our first practice because we have our first game on Wednesday, man. So was out there for that. But it is the start of the second half. You got the Buffalo Bills. You got, I believe that's Johnson right there, Carrington. He jumping up and down. I don't think you was going to get too much of anything, my friend. And like I said, it's a really good performance right now. Bijan over 100 yards. I mean, Michael Penix has been a marksman of all marksmen out here. We about 12 or 16. I mean, this has been a really good performance, man. Like I said, people don't want to hear that. People may not want to hear it, man, but I mean, this is a really good performance right now, by the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, defensively, they look like they got Josh Allen and crew in check. And here we go. Here's a handoff. He gives it off to James Cook. He fights up the field, still fighting, gets about 7 yards on the play. So, if you are the Buffalo Bills, I mean, you got to throw caution to the wind. And if you're the Atlanta Falcons, you want to try to keep this momentum going. I mean, we have seen this movie before. Like, I ain't trying to be funny, but we have seen this movie before. We have seen it, man, where the Atlanta Falcons, no lead seems to be safe. So they got to learn how to close. If they want to be legit contenders, they got to learn how to close this. All right, on a 2nd and 2. All right, so we got Hogg in motion, hands it off to James Cook again. He gets upfield, and he gets the first down. So he drags a couple guys with him, gets about another 6 or 7 yards on the play, but that's good enough for a first down. So it's pretty obvious right now they're trying to establish the run. I mean, the game isn't out of control or anything like that right now. So you still have your whole playbook at your arsenal. And, you see, look at Josh Allen. He had that look in his eye. He like he trying to facilitate this comeback. And we seen Josh Allen put a team on his back. And he's going to have to do it again tonight if Buffalo is going to win this football game. All right, so 1st and 10. 13:36 remaining in the third quarter. He throws. That pass is caught. That is by Shakur, and Shakur gets about 8 or 9 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up second down. So I said, man, the Buffalo Bills are a good football team. And I said, no, this isn't one of those situations where this game is over. Like, the Atlanta Falcons are going to have to maintain this momentum. They're going to have to maintain it. Plain and simple. All right, so a 2nd and 1. He actually got 9 yards on the play. All right. In motion. James Cook gets up the field again, fighting. Got the first down. So once again, you got 2 first downs on this drive right now. Drive looking like something. Drive looking like something right now. And like I said, I'm just doing some behind the scenes stuff, folks. Just trying to set things up. Like I said, I was running a little bit behind, and a brother do apologize for this. But like I said, I'm just trying to get everything together right now. 200 people watching this right now. I ask that you hit the like button. 1st and 10, 12:21 remaining in the third quarter right now. And Atlanta Falcons holding on to a 21-7 lead. All right, so here we go. Play action. Josh Allen looking, got time, and he gets the ball. That pass is caught, and I believe that's to Shavers right there. So Shavers gets about 6 or 7 yards. So the offensive line giving Josh Allen time. He's able to go through his progressions. I believe that's maybe a 2nd or 3rd read with Shavers. Shavers in motion, stays right there, holds it, and goes around the formation, a little bit of a drag route there or a crosser, and he's able to get there, and A.J. Terrell is able to get him down on the ground. Really good night tonight by A.J. Terrell, really keeping clamps on Keon Coleman tonight. 2nd and 3 for the Buffalo Bills. Probably one of the best drives they had all night. Okay, so play action. We got Josh Allen rolling around. That pass is caught, and he gets enough for a first down. So Ray Davis gets past the pylon, the first down mark, and it get another first down. So that's 3 first downs. But it looked like Josh Allen came up a little bit gimpy on that pass. So here we go, Ray Davis. I mean, really good catch right there, man. The pass was caught behind him, and Alford was trying to get the tackle, and you get Josh Allen down on the leg or whatever, but he kind of shook it off. So 1st and 10, Josh Allen 8 of 15, 118. And this is a handoff to James Cook. He gets up the field again, fighting for extra yards. He gets the first down. So really good, strong run right there by James Cook. And right now, the Buffalo Bills, I mean, the Atlanta Falcons have woke these guys up. They understand they're in the game right now. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you want to prove yourself to be a legit franchise, if you want to say that we're turning a corner, these are the type of games you gotta win. You got a 14-point lead right now. The Buffalo Bills are driving down the field, right? You got Josh Allen on a 1st and 10. Shakur, I think that was not Cooper. What was that? Elijah Moore in motion. Elijah Moore in motion. James Cook, once again, moving that ball up the field, like slowly pushing that ball down the field. And the Buffalo Bills, you look at Deion Dawkins right there, man. Look, he looked like he was a little bit slow to get up. They could not afford any more injuries, because if they do, they might end up really being out this football game. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 3. All right, here we go. Josh Allen on the rollout, gives a pass off to Ray Davis. Ray Davis gets down the sidelines, and that is a touchdown. What a response by the Buffalo Bills. So just like that, the Buffalo Bills are able to get the ball down the field, and they did it pretty easy there. Ray Davis. And let's see if, that is a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. He was able, it seemed like he was able to get around the side. He stayed in bounds, and he dove. That is a touchdown. So here we go. Matt Prater for the extra point. Snap placement, kick on the way, and it is good. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. The Buffalo Bills. What a response coming out of the locker room. and pull him within 7 of possibly tying this game. Now it's time for the Atlanta Falcons to respond. Let's see if they can. Like I said, this is one of those games, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to show everybody that you are that team, you are that squad, these are the type of games that you have got to win. These are the type of games that you have to pull it off. You have got to pull it off. So if you want to show everybody you legit, you got to pull it off. All right, so I'm gonna go on camera. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. Shouts out to you. Try to bag up a little bit. Feel like I'm a little bit too close, man. I'm too close, man. Too close. All right. Got my Chick-fil-A right here. Shouts out to Chick-fil-A. I'm coming from practice. Wife asked me to stop at Chick-fil-A. I'm glad she did, man, because that sandwich was hitting. She was like, "Can you stop at Chick-fil-A for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." All right, but like I said, man, I was down in Mississippi, and was able to see my grandfather. That's me and a Pac-Man, and that's my grandfather, Pastor Jesse Jones, man, out there in Tallulah, Louisiana, man. Shouts out to my grandparents. Like I said, it's always great to see him. My grandfather is 86 years old, man. 86. Still around here, man. Still talking about going fishing and setting up his deer stand, trying to go hunt. Yeah, that's a blessing, man. It is a blessing to be able to, for my 6-year-old son to be able to see his great grandparents and be able to take pictures with him, man. I had a couple more pictures, man, but y'all know how them iPhones are, man. I don't know what HEIC. They don't want to upload on some of these things, but I wanted to show y'all a couple more pictures of the little trip. Just kind of kill some time, but y'all know, man. Really good time right there. Like I said, man, I was out practicing, getting ready for the game, trying to knock off some of this rust, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. What y'all think about this, man? This is me out there. I'm with the red shorts on. With the red shorts. There we go. Deep pass right there. Little snag. Little one-hand snag right there for y'all. I said, just trying to knock off some of this dust, man, running these routes. But it's good to know, man. When I first got out there, man, I was a tad bit nervous, man, because it's the first time me actually practicing with this team. So, sure, I was like, man, could I still catch? Did I still run the way I once did? So, not too shabby. Yeah, these are just a few catches that I had out there. That was a deep pass, ran off camera, but I trust me, I caught it. And this is another one, man. It's a little dark, but yeah, I ended up catching that one too on a deep pass. So at least I can catch deep passes, man. At least I still catch deep passes. Man, shouts out to everybody in the chat right now, man. Shouts out to everybody here. Yeah. So let's see. Ruben Bain, 2026 draft pick. Yeah, Ruben Bain's definitely gonna be a top pick. So here we go, man. 1st and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the handoff to B. John. The elusivity of Bijan, still fighting for extra yards. Got down and gets about 8 or 9 yards, man. Bijan Robinson is up to the task tonight. He is up to the task tonight. Had the big 81-yard touchdown, stayed in bounds, good balance. Like I said, no love lost between Saints fans and Falcon fans, but you got to give credit what credit is due. Dude is a spectacular football player. All right, so here we go. Got a little injury on the offensive line. So they got the backup offensive lineman in the game playing left tackle. Thing about it is it's not as bad. So Bijan, I believe, again, leans forward, so it moves those chains for a first down. All right, so Bernard dealt with an injury. I mean, this is a guy, man. Ooh, man, he's been dealing with that man, he gets hurt, and then all of a sudden, insult to injury, little friendly fire right there. So he's upset, man. He wants to be out there. But, you got to live to fight another day, man. They're going to need you down the road. All right, so 1st and 10, little pressure. They're trying to send the blitz. They send Bijan in motion from right to left. He gets in the backfield, little play action, looking some more, and they throw him down, and that is a sack by Ed Oliver. And that is what you actually need at this point, man. Y'all to get him down on the ground. So setting up a second and long here. Able to get them down, right? And just slings them down to the ground. I don't know. Okay, got him inside the shoulder pads. I thought might have been a little bit of face mask, but he was able to get his hand off real quick. So good defensive play right there, setting these guys back 2nd and 23. Let's see how they respond here. On a 2nd and 23, we got Kyle Pitts in motion. Little quick pass right there, setting up the play, getting around the corner. Kyle Pitts gets about 9 or 10 yards on the play. So setting up a very it's still 3rd and long, but really good run right there. All right, so here we go. We got a 3rd down on this drive. If you're Buffalo, man, you need to get off the field. So it's 3rd and 13. Got about 10 yards on the play. You want to play the sticks. You want to try to get some pressure, get the ball out of the hands of Michael Penix. But also, man, what's been killing them throughout the night has been the yards after the catch. All right, so you got Kyle Pitts right there. This would be a good moment. All right, he stays in. Plenty of time. Throws the ball downfield. Yeah, and that pass is incomplete. But there is a flag on the play. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's 4th down, ain't it? So it's 4th down, actually. So got to get him off the field. Let's see. I don't think so. No. Nah. I don't think there was no. I agree. I agree on that one. All right, so here we go. 4th and 13. So the Buffalo Bills able to get off the field, get the sack on Michael Penix, set up a 2nd and long. All right, so here we go. Nice punt right there. Here's the return. Gets around the corner and stays in bounds. And here's a flag. So you know that's going to be on the receiving team. Most penalties are when it comes to special teams. So that's going to push them back. So has some decent field position right here, but now we're looking at Josh Allen. So holding on the receiving team. TJ, I see I call you out about the Bears, right? What about the Bears? What did I what? Talking about talking about Caleb Williams? Nah, I didn't see when you called me out about the Bears. What'd you say? The entire NFC South will expose the problem with the Bills. It's called Rush D. Yeah. Somebody saying, Falcons. Let's see, man. Let's see. Shout out to Tallulah, Louisiana. Yeah, man. Shouts out to my grandparents, man. Shouts out to my grandparents. Is now ground level. Somebody say game on. Just here to hit the like button. What's going on? Hello, man. Congratulations to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right now, if the playoffs was today, they'll be the number 1 seed. Was a crazy end to the half with London's foot out at the 2. Yeah. If they end up losing the football game, that's going to be the play that everybody's talking about. Speaking of heel turn, anybody seen what happened on Raw earlier today off the air? If not, see it for yourself. Yeah, I saw it. Avoiding a Bears game so that you don't get flooded with DA hate comments. I see the strategy. Nah, man. Look, I think that Dennis Allen going to have a really good coaching performance, man. It's going to be tough for the New Orleans Saints to move that football. Y'all know Dennis Allen, the head coach, no, sir. Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope we can get some footage from the adult flag football games, bro. Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure like my wife or something would record some things. But yeah, man, I look, I'm just trying to stay in shape, man. I already told you I'm a type 1 diabetic. I want to stay in shape. I want to be able to run around with my son, especially him playing flag football and having an interest in football. Just want to be able to run around the backyard and, just want to kind of keep myself in some type of, physical shape, so I thought that would just be a good idea, man. And, that my teammates today, I mean, they're of all different age groups, early 20s, late 20s, 30s, 40s, There's a bunch of guys out there just trying to stay in shape, man, and just trying to just trying to run around and stay around a little bit longer. Ain't nothing wrong with that. TJ did seen it. Seen what? What we seen? Too bad my voice don't sound like Josh Allen. Yeah, you sound like Patrick Mahomes. You sound like the ops. Who turned heel tonight? I miss Raw. You got to check it out, man. I don't want to spoil it for people. Okay, here we go. James Cook gets around the middle, fighting, gets about 8 yards on the play. So James Cook is getting chunk yards right now, man. So right now, this has been a really good third quarter so far for the Buffalo Bills. And if you are the Atlanta Falcons, man, you got to stop the bleeding. All right, you see Davion Yamada right there, missed on the tackle, should have got him in first level. And Watts, who has been really good for the Falcons this season, was able to get the tackle, but he's in the third level. So if he's getting into the third level, that's not a good thing. So here we go, 2nd and 1. All right, they send Hawk in motion. They hand it off again to James Cook, and he gets tripped up, but I believe he got enough for the first down. Let's see. All right, they're going to give it to him. They're going to give him the first down. So we see a heavy dose of James Cook in the third quarter. And by running the football, that's going to find success. They're going to find success down the field for a possible play action pass. So be on the lookout for that. Look, maybe they'll dial up a deep shot. But right now, this has been a really good third quarter for the Buffalo Bills. All right. Dawson Knox in motion. I formation. Here's in a play action. And he looks, fights, throws it down the field, and that pass is incomplete. And there's a flag on the play. So let's see what's going on here. There's a flag. All right, so we got Davion Yamada. Got holding on the defense, so that's going to be an automatic first down. All right, so here we go, man. You got A.J. Terrell down there. You got pressure on Josh Allen. Like I said, draped up, dripped out. Know what I'm talking about. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, man. I don't agree with that. I ain't see it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that. Atlanta, hate on Atlanta or not, man. I didn't like that. That was not holding. 1st and 10. All right, so here we go. Josh Allen under center. All right, so here we go. All right, so they stacking a box right now, but it don't seem to matter because James Cook's still able to get 5 yards on the play. So right now they're putting a lot of attention on trying to neutralize James Cook, but I mean, so you just look at the double teams right there, creating lanes. He bounces to the inside. So right now, man, like they doubling up on these blocks. And you got James Cook, so he getting about 3 or 4 yards before he even get touched. So right now, man, this Buffalo Bills offensive line is pushing back the defensive line of the Atlanta Falcons. 2nd and 4. Here's another handoff to James Cook. This time they were able to get him, and that's going to set up a 3rd down. So they said enough of that. You got Caden Ellis, a part of the party right there. Said enough of this nonsense. All right, so this is a crucial 3rd down for both teams. Buffalo, you can convert on this 3rd down, or you Atlanta Falcons, you can try to get a stop. But I think regardless, man, this might be 4th down territory. Let me see where they at. All right, no, I don't think it's 4th down territory just yet. Depends on if you get some yardage or not. All right, so here we go. Here's the snap. Looking. Allen, rushing, throws. And that ball was flipped, and that pass is incomplete. So they get pressure. They get pressure on them, and there's a flag on the play. All right, let's see what's going on, man. So holding it on the defense yet again. So that's going to be an automatic first down. So I don't know, man. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look. There's 2 bailouts on this drive right now. Let's see what this other holding penalty was like. Are they going to show it? And then it don't look like they're going to show it. So okay, here we go. Let's see if we got holding on the play. All right. Okay, yeah. Man, you don't even have to grab, man. Your defensive front getting pressure. So here we go. Play action. Looking, Josh Allen. And he is going to get sacked on this play. All right, so again, the pressure, man. So here we go, man. I mean, just sending pressure. I mean, these guys are just pushing these guys back. And really good pressure. Really good pressure so far by the Atlanta Falcons. 2nd and 18. So if you Josh Allen, man, you like, dang, can I please get some time? All right, so here we go. 2nd and 18. Way behind the stick. 2nd and 18. Here's a quick pass. That pass is caught. Broke. Oh, yep. And you got secure. Was able to get close to midfield. So this is going to bring up a 3rd down. Still 3rd and long. Still 3rd and long. All right, but all right, so let's see what they're going to do. Like the blitz has been successful throughout the night for Jeff Albrecht's defense. On this 3rd and 9, you're going to try to get them off the field. All right, so let's see. All right, so it looks like they sending pressure. They bringing the blitz. So here we go. Josh Allen calling out his protections, letting everybody be on the same page. Look like Caden Ellis probably going to come. Yes, he is. And they get the quick pass off. This is the Keon Coleman, and that is not a first down, Keon. I'm sorry, bro. That is not a first down. So what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? Minute 35 you left. Are you going to punt? You don't look like Sean McDermott is thinking about punting right now. All right, so 4th and 2. They're going to go for it. Is it going to be a hard count? Are they going to try to just draw Atlanta off sides? Or are they really going to snap this football? This is a big time play right here on a 4th and 2. All right, so here we go. Are they going to snap this ball? I don't know. I don't believe they're going to snap, but they're going to snap it. And Josh Allen trying to get around the side, and he flicks it. It is incomplete. So really good defensive stand right there by the Atlanta Falcons. So the Buffalo Bills getting stopped. That was a terrible play, by the way. Say, TJ, your play-by-play has definitely improved, big bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. The failed birds messing up with the penalties. Well, I mean, they was able to get a stop. They was able to get that stop. Falcons going to Falcon, always nice to see. I don't know, man. That was a good defense. That was a good defensive drive. It seems like they're keeping Josh Allen in the pocket, trying to make sure that he don't move outside the pocket. But I'm telling you, man, like I didn't see this movie too many times. The Atlanta Falcons better figure something out. They better score on this drive. I mean, they got really good field position right here. I wasn't in love with the play, to be honest with you. It seemed like, they thought like maybe Josh Allen was going to be able to beat the defender to the sidelines. Maybe he flicks it and doesn't get enough on it. And luckily, it wasn't intercepted. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted. TJ, have you seen some of Derek Carr's videos on his YouTube, game breakdowns and stuff? It's actually pretty good. Nah, man, I actually haven't, man. I haven't really checked it out like that, to be honest with you. Penix is a screwball. Just more terrible calls. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're gonna fit. They have to figure it out. But I think it's been a really good third quarter so far for Buffalo. I wasn't in love with the fourth down call, and I don't know. I think that they started like throwing the ball a little bit too much. I think that James Cook was actually cooking, no pun intended. And when he got stopped behind the line of scrimmage, they just stopped running the football. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But this is a moment right here for the Atlanta Falcons to try to pull away. Going into the fourth quarter, at least make this a double-digit ball game by kicking a field goal if you can't get into the end zone. the Bears are moving the ball well tonight. Yeah, I mean, the Bears, it seemed like they didn't found their stride with Ben Johnson. Seemed like him and Caleb Williams are on the same page now. I was a little concerned, especially like when you have like two dominant personalities like these guys have. All right, so anyway, 1st and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. All right, so here we go. Here's the handoff to Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson gets past, breaks the tackle, and gets enough for the first down. And he gets 11 yards on that play, man. So he was close. He was close for breaking it. So Josh Allen, man, I mean, rough night, tough night at the office, 21 seconds. All right, so as we tick down to the end of the third quarter, Drake London in motion. Hands off to Bijan. Bijan gets stops in the backfield by Thompson. So one of the few times that he got stopped tonight. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. The Atlanta Falcons holding on to a 21-14 lead over the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills come out of the locker room and score a touchdown, drove down the field, got to midfield, went for it on 4th and 2, just could not get it. All right, so this is the final quarter right here. Can the Atlanta Falcons keep the lead? Can they build on the lead? Can they finish is the question. Buffalo will still win this game. Watch, Atlanta will always be Atlanta. I tell you what, the way that they playing tonight, they end up losing this football game. Boy, I would not want to be in Atlanta tonight. I would not want to be in Atlanta tonight. I mean, Swift ain't garbage. Yeah, DeAndre Swift is not garbage. He's a really good running back. Really good running back. Was good everywhere he went. He was good with the Lions. He was good with the Eagles. Good with the Bears. So yeah, he not bad at all. Bulls usually have good halftime adjustment. Oh, you mean the Bills? I assume. Yeah, I mean good teams normally do. Good teams normally do. But let's see if we can actually, while this game is on a little bit of a break, let's see if we can actually turn to the Chicago Bears, watch the Commanders, see if we can actually see what's going on here. All right, so we see Caleb Williams, and he tries to get around the side. Look like he takes a shot in the chops. And, man, what a shot, man. You do not want your quarterback to take that type of hit, even though he bounced up. So 4th and 12. So the Bears are going to have to punt this ball to the Commanders, who are wearing all black tonight. All black, ready for combat. Frankie Louvu saying he a grown man on Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams doing his classic pouting on the sidelines when things don't go his way, which I don't, man. All right, so here we go. Taking a look at former Atlanta Falcon head coach Dan Quinn. All right, so 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter. All right, so they're about to go to the half. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bills and Atlanta Falcons going into the fourth quarter. All right, so here we go. All right, so let's see if they're going to try to go after this punt. And it looks like they are, but he's able to get it off. And not the best punt you see in the world, but it does take a bounce, Chicago bounce. And so he's able to get it inside of the 10-yard line. So like I said, DeAndre Swift is a really good running back, man. All right, so got a little RPO action right there from Caleb Williams. Able to offensive lineman sliding out, being a lead blocker, taking on one guy, opening up a lane for DeAndre Swift to get around the side. Really good play calling, offensive innovation at its finest right there. So 85 yards. So they're going to go ahead and take a knee and go into halftime down by 6 points. So Now that we see what's going on with that, we can go ahead and turn back to the Buffalo Bills Atlanta Falcons game, fourth quarter. Here we go. Michael Penix throws the ball downfield, and that pass is incomplete. Drake London looking for a flag. He don't get none. It's late as hell. I mean, super late flag, but hey, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here, man. Let's see if we get some tacky. He's saying holding. All right, so it ain't like they're trying to have a conversation about it. He's saying it's a holding penalty. He's saying, do you agree with it? No. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I agree. That he was holding on to him. So automatic first down right there, man. Spot foul. My goodness. 3rd and 14. Was able to try to get him off the field, try to get the ball back, but now it's a spot foul. So not only is it costly, but you didn't put him in field goal range. So here's a 1st and 10. Yeah, so all right, so 14-12 remaining in the fourth quarter. Looking at the Atlanta Falcons having a 1st and 10 after a pass interference penalty. All right, so here we go. Tight end in motion. All right, so little play action. Looking, throws it off to Bijan. And he's able to get through, get around, still making people miss, still fighting for extra yards. And gets down to the red zone, 1st and 10. Bijan Robinson. I mean, this guy's making a lot of people miss. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You get a guy, get those yards after the catch, making guys miss, bobbing and weaving, getting through guys, breaking tackles, fighting for extra yards. I mean, the Buffalo Bills just can't do anything with this guy. So that's what you do, man. You give the ball to your best player. And if you're Buffalo, man, you're trying to stop the bleeding. You want to try to not get these guys into the end zone, not allow them to get into the end zone. So here's a go. Quick pass to Kyle Pitts. Got a block. He trips behind the line of scrimmage. And he gets a loss about 2 on the play. So loses his balance there and loses 2 yards in the process. So he had blockers on the outside if he would have stayed on his feet. I don't know how many yards he would have got. He probably would have got maybe a yard or 2, but he definitely wouldn't have lost yards. So Kyle Pitts very upset with himself. But Sean McDermott understands what this can actually mean if the Atlanta Falcons are able to get into the end zone. His team needs to force a field goal at best. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 12 for the Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penix in the gun. Looking some more. The ball is batted at the line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 12. So Deion Walker with the bat down. So putting that big paw out in the air. All right, so here we go. We look at it. Puts that hand up. That's why as a defensive player, always put your hands up in the air, waving like you just don't care. Why? Because you can be you can possibly disrupt the pass. All right, so 3rd and 12 here. This is a big time 3rd and 12. You want to make sure that you're playing disciplined defense. Want to make sure no pass interference penalties. And you want to make sure that you play the sticks here. All right, so here we go. Penix, time, throws. And they're saying, is it a fumble? And I don't think it's a fumble. But he said, like, it looked like it's just an incomplete pass. It looked like it slipped out of his hands. Yeah, so best case scenario right there. That ball just slipped out of his hands, man. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a forward pass right there. It wasn't a fumble. So here we go. Parker Romo trying to put the Atlanta Falcons up by 10. And this is the best case scenario for the Buffalo Bills. 37-yard attempt by Parker Romo. Try to put the Atlanta Falcons up by 10. Snap, placement, kick on the way, and it's blocked. It's blocked. And it's picked up. It's picked up by the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo comes up huge. Atlanta gets nothing on the drive. Wow. Wow. What a turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. The Buffalo Bills. Greg Rousseau blocks the kick. Sean McDermott hyped. And this is a 7-point ball game still, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The Buffalo Bills getting a block. What a turn of events. My goodness. Hey, man, this game is getting a little bit more interesting. What happened, everybody? TJ, I thought you forgot about the game. Jules. I was telling everybody, I had my first practice tonight for the Adult Flag Football League that I'm a part of. You know, the team that I'm a part of, we ended up having our first practice tonight. So your boy was out there catching them passes, man, going old school with it. Blocked. Let's go. Man, the New Orleans Saints fans that are in there right tonight, if the Atlanta Falcons end up losing this football game, boy, if they end up losing this football game tonight, I can only imagine how they're going to feel if the Atlanta Falcons can't hold on to this lead. Bro, you had me running in my house happy. Look, man, I appreciate it, man. Look, we're just trying to bring some excitement here. TJ, who's better, Sam Laporta or Dalton Kincaid? I think overall tight end Dalton, I think Sam Laporta is better. I think when it comes to pass catching, I think Dalton Kincaid just a tad bit better as a pass catcher. But overall tight end, I give it to Sam Laporta. The ability to block, catch the ball, also red zone threat. I mean, he doesn't have to lead the field, man. But when you see Dalton Kincaid, like you mostly see him in pass catching situations. You normally see Hawk, or you probably see Dawson Knox out there when it comes to like when they're playing like two tight end sets when they're running a football. TJ, you really are fantastic at this. I appreciate that, Josh. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We like I said, we just trying to keep everybody entertained. Are you not entertained? All right, we're just trying to keep you entertained here on this Monday night. All right, so here we go, man. Buffalo still keeping themselves alive, man. Rousseau able to get the block. All right, so here we go, man. Really good field position, by the way, also for the Buffalo Bills. Now it's time for you to get something out of this. It don't have to be a touchdown right now. Still late, early in the fourth quarter. But here we go, Johnson fighting up the field, getting extra yards, and he gets about 3 or 4 yards on the play. So snap placement. Bradley Pinion able to get it down. You just see it. It was a little bit of a low kick, that Rousseau was able to get under, but that was just a good play, man. Good special teams play, trying to keep your team alive, keep this game alive. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 5 for the Buffalo Bills. Tight end in motion. Here's the handoff, and James Cook gets around the side, fights, and gets close to the first down mark. I say about a yard short. So here we go, man. We got a 3rd and 1 going here. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 for James Cook and the Buffalo Bills, man. Still, I believe this is 4-down territory regardless. Me, what I'm doing right here, I'm probably getting in the I formation, doing a little bit of a QB sneak. I got a 6'5", 240-pound. I got a 6'5", 240-pound quarterback. Okay, so here we go. And he bobbled the snap. And oh man, gets behind the line of scrimmage. So Elijah Moore bobbled handoff there, and the Buffalo Bills get absolutely nothing on that drive. Wow. Come on, man. Come on. Man, he lucky he got that ball back. All right, so here we go. They're going to punt this football, but, man, what a squandered drive right there. So the Atlanta Falcons are able to get the Buffalo Bills off the field with a 3-and-out. All right, so here we go. I believe that play, they were just trying to be too cute with that. Too freaking cute. Too cute. This is how teams get beat. That was just they were trying to be too cute. You need 1 yard. Run the freaking football. Run the freaking football. Why are you putting the ball into the hands of a guy who's probably your 4th string wide receiver? Why are you doing that? That makes no sense to me. None. But hey, such is life. Alfred, thank you very much for the $4.99. I'm tired of the nice guys on the Saints team. I need some dogs on my team. Give me a guy with some off the field issues, a felony or two. Well, I don't think it has to be that, but I just think that, you want some guys on your team that are competitors, right? So, yeah, trying to be too cute, too freaking cute, man. I just don't understand it. You got a 6'5", 245-pound quarterback. You got James Cook. You got Ray Davis. You got Ty Johnson. Like, run the football with one of those guys. What are you doing? Just run the ball. I just, bro, two opportunities. If you can't get it in 2 shots, you can't get it in 2 shots, you don't need to have it. Too freaking cute. Had your boy from the NFC South Roundtable tuned in tonight. I don't know. I don't think I ain't see Birdo in here. Pretty sure he probably watching the game on his channel. Says, go Falcons. Yeah, man, your team looking good tonight, man. Hopefully they can hold on to the lead. One want to see them squander this, But, I mean, the Buffalo Bills, it seemed like, they trying to do their best to try to get out of here, try to tie this game. But Atlanta just, playing some really good sound defense right now. Really, they playing some real sound defense, man. I'm not going to hate. Defense looking good tonight. TJ, boy, them kickers in Atlanta just can't get right, huh? Well, I just think that the Buffalo Bills squandered that opportunity. They squandered the opportunity. That was just some terrible play calling. 3rd down, 3rd and 1. You being way too cute. Run the football. Like, why do teams just do that? Like, why you try to get all cute? Why are you trying to get cute with it, man? Just run the football up the middle. If they stop you, then guess what? It is what it is. What is 3rd and inches? 4th and inches? Like do a QB sneak. But now you don't even have that option because you lost about 2 or 3 yards on a play. Joe Brady is being like Brian Daboll when Brian Daboll was Bill's OC. Overthinking, man. Overthinking, it gets you every single time. This game sounds like it's in Buffalo. All right, so we're looking at, so James Cook, he's upset because he's like, man, why y'all took me out the game? I wanted to run the football. And I don't blame him. Man, getting 5-6 yards a clip. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons. It's time to start rolling now. All right, so a misdirection. Bijan making people miss, fighting for extra yards. Look, every time Bijan Robinson gets the ball, he getting about 7 or 8 yards on the play. So, it's no secret. The run defense for the Buffalo Bills is garbage. Absolutely, positively, 100% grade A garbage. And we're seeing it right now. We see Bijan Robinson running down the sidelines. Staying in bounds, bad tackling. All right, but credit to the Buffalo Bills, able to get into the end zone with Ray Davis, dives into the end zone for the touchdown. So right now, 2nd and 1, Atlanta Falcons. Kyle Pitts in motion, moves from left to right. Bijan Robinson goes back to the backfield in motion, and they hand it off to Bijan. Bijan tries to trip, and he gets stopped in the backfield. So a loss on the play, Ed Oliver and crew able to bring down Bijan. So right now, this is going to bring up a 3rd down. Bijan loses a few yards on the play. So much better defense. And that should have been a holding penalty, by the way, on the offense. I believe that was Bergeron, but still it made no difference. But it is 3rd and 2. All right, so here we go. Man coverage across the board. All right. You got Michael Penix in the gun. Drake London in motion. Here we go. Quick throws. And that pass is incomplete and almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by Lewis, and he is upset with himself. He's like, man, I should have had that pick, but really good coverage right there. So a 3 and out for the Buffalo Bills. So right now, it's been a defensive struggle in the second half. And, he had it. He had it, man. Drake London able to grab him by the helmet. He's ripping that helmet off, man, because if he didn't, probably going to be an interception. And now you're set up in Atlanta territory. All right, so here we go. Playing it safe. Not trying to jump off sides. Nice booming kick. He gets the ball at about the 25-yard line, gets around the side, tries to make somebody miss, and he gets past the 30-yard line, gets to about the 32 or 33-yard line. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense going back out again. And you see the offense encouraging the defense and vice versa as they try to tie this game up. The defense is trying everything that it can to try to allow Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense to get their act together to try to possibly tie this game up. I mean, we're seeing them able to run the football. They just have to be able to put it all together, stay ahead of the chains, make it third and manageable. That is what you're trying to do here. And if you're the Atlanta Falcons, you're just trying to put pressure on Josh Allen, keep him in a pocket, hoping that he makes a mistake. 1st and 10, Josh Allen in the gun, looking at his protection, calls out his audibles. You got James Cook in motion, shifts. Josh Allen escaping, and he tries to escape. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and the pressure. They are not allowing Josh Allen to break out the pocket. His escapability is what makes Josh Allen who he is. His ability to be able to make a guy miss. But the tackling tonight by the defense of the Atlanta Falcons has been pretty sound, and they have been able to keep Josh Allen in the pocket throughout the night. 2nd and 10. Gets nothing on the play. So, once again, 2nd and 10. You want to stay ahead of the chains. Making plays like that is not going to do it. Shakur in motion. Josh Allen in a gun. Free. Here we go. We got some blocks up there. Gets absolutely nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage, if that. So, 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. So, they're saying that he got a 1-yard gain on the play. So, Joe Brady trying to dial up his best stuff right here. 3rd down, 7 minutes, 26 seconds left as we take a look at Terry Fontenot in the luxury suite. Looking at his team, the way that he assembled it, looking like they're pretty credible on this night. Can Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, can they convert on a 3rd and 10? Here we go. Calling out his protections. Making an audible. 5 seconds left on the play clock. 4, 3. He gets the snap off. Josh Allen looking, throws the ball down the field, and nobody's there. That is in. Complete. Don't know exactly what the heck that was, but it is 4th and 10, so another 3 and out for the Atlanta Falcons defense. So the defense of the Atlanta Falcons up to the challenge tonight, and Raheem Morris dapping them up. James Pierce, everybody, Diablo, these guys are very happy at the performance that they're having tonight. Josh Allen is just confused. He just don't know what the heck is going on. He's like, man, we playing the Falcons. What is happening? But anyway, here's a punt. And, all right, so here we go. He's getting up the field. And he takes a huge shot. And here's a flag. So we got a flag on the play. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be on a return team. So this is going to make it a little bit more difficult for the Atlanta Falcons on this drive. All right, so we got a holding call on the return team. So that's going to put them back. All right, so that's going to be a 10-yard penalty and a 1st down. So it's going to make things a little bit more difficult. Josh Allen on the tablet along with his backup quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky. Josh Allen is upset. Like, man, come on, get in the dang game. And when you got a star quarterback slamming his helmet to the ground in frustration, you already know what time it is, man. They have gotten to the head. The Atlanta Falcons are playing some really good defense on tonight, and Josh Allen is extremely frustrated. TJ, they got Allen strapped. Yeah, they definitely got him strapped. Said this is embarrassing. Man, look, I know you don't want to hear Jerry, man, but these guys have a pretty good defense this year, man. You got 2 young studs and James Pierce and Jalen Walker, and it seemed like they kind of shored up their secondary, and you got yourself some decent linebacker play too. So, yeah, man, it is what it is, man. You got to call it for what it is. Giggity, 1 for the blouses. Getting after Allen. Yeah, he has no time in the pocket. They are pressuring this guy. I would like for you to be my mentor, TJ. I've been wanting wanting to own my own Saints podcast, and I would like a one-on-one of you talking to me. I'll pay you for. Yeah, you gotta pay me for that. Just tell me, just tell me when you want to get together. You ain't gotta pay me for that. You ain't gotta pay me for that, man. TJ, why you snapped on them folks on SOTS early, man? Look, I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I look. Everybody that know me know. I try to be. I try to be even keel, man. I try to give people respect, but it just seemed like the disrespect has been way too flagrant as of late when it comes to me. And I just sometimes you got to turn up, man. Sometimes you got to pop out and show people that, like, bro, I'm even keel and it's all good and all that kind of stuff when people giving their opinion, but when you disrespectful with it, I can't rock with it. I can't rock with it. When people start using words like troll and all that kind of stuff. And like, man, I can't rock with that. All right. So sometimes you got to turn up on these folk, man. Sometimes you got to turn up on them. 13-10 Bears. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. TJ Saints consulting service, $100 an hour. Absolutely not. You have 270 people watching on X. Amazing. I appreciate that. All 270 people watching this right now. All right. So here we go. 643. Atlanta Falcons. All right, so here we go. Play action. Looking, throws it to Bijan. Bijan tries to get around the side, and he gets pushed out of bounds. Not before he gets about 5 or 6 yards on the play. So quick passes is the name of the game. Clock continues to tick as we get closer towards the end of this game. 6:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. The clock is the friend of the Atlanta Falcons, and keeping this drive alive is definitely what the Atlanta Falcons need. All right, so here we go. Zach Robinson, who was sitting up in a luxury box, has come down to the sidelines. There's a lot of controversy behind him actually being up there. Now he's on the field. All right, so 2nd and 2. Here we go. Here's the handoff to Tyler Algier. The big man gets the first down, gets to about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10. Keep those chains moving. Keep the clock moving. As we get under the 6-minute mark, 5:55 left in the fourth quarter. The Atlanta Falcons holding on to a 7-point lead, have played inspired football all throughout the night. Josh Allen on the sidelines, hoping that his defense can get a stop so he can get the ball back, maybe a turnover, a sack, trying to make sure that the Atlanta Falcons don't get in field goal range, don't give up a big play. So we're taking a look. Penix. And here we go. Here's a flag. Flag on the play. More than likely, it's going to be a false start on the offense. So that's going to be on Matthew Bergeron. Oh, excuse me. Not Matthew Bergeron. All right, so really good disciplined football game so far. Yeah, so that is a false start. That's a 5-yard penalty. So now you're going from 1st and 10 to 1st and 15. All right, so here we go. We see Bijan Robinson on the sidelines for this 1st and 15. Zach Robinson on the sidelines once again, out of the press box, or the coach's box, rather. Michael Penix in the gun. Has been relatively quiet in his second half. All right, so here's the snap. Penix throws it quick to Tyler Algier. He got blockers up ahead. And Thompson is able to get him down on the ground with a little bit of help from his friends, and that is a 2nd down. So got a few yards on the play, man. Going to make this thing manageable as we see Bijan Robinson return to the game, taking a little breather on the sidelines. Tyler Algier tags out. And just a quick pass right there. They're trying to set up blocks on the screen pass. Like I said, able to get upfield, but the linebackers are there to get the tackle. So a 2nd and 9. So he got about 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 9, 4:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. Buffalo Bills trying to get a stop. Michael Penix looking, and he takes a hit and a wide open Bijan, and that is enough for a 1st down. So Bijan Robinson all by his lonesome. Joey Bosa was able to get to Michael Penix, but Michael Penix was able to get the ball out just in time to a wide open. And I mean wide open. The only person that was guarding him Two people, space and opportunity. Bijan Robinson, probably the easiest first down you're ever going to see, but Michael Penix takes a shot. All right, so bad communication right there between the secondary. 1st and 10, pretty easy stuff right here. So the Atlanta Falcons inching towards field goal range. Bijan Robinson in motion, and they get the pass off to Bijan, and he gets tripped up. So Thompson with a really good open field tackle right there. If he didn't make that tackle, Bijan probably still running. 2nd down. So we take a look. Epinesa actually tipped the ball, but really good concentration right there by Bijan. So a little bit of good luck right there for the Atlanta Falcons. A.J. Epinesa was able to get his hands up, but not enough to disrupt the pass to get through his hands to Bijan. All right, so Tyler Algier in the backfield now on a 2nd and 7. We're under the 4-minute mark, 3:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Penix looking, quick pass, caught. London, 1st down. So in between it. So once again, Mudo chains again for the 1st down. The Atlanta Falcons trying to soak away this clock and trying to get themselves an upset victory over the Buffalo Bills. Really good pass right there. Able to get it down low. Only Drake London can catch it. And that is a 1st down, ladies and gentlemen. Three minutes and 17 seconds remaining. And they are in field goal range, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here we go. Here's the pressure. They hand the ball off to Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson makes somebody miss. And he takes a huge hit, but not before he gets about 6 or 7 yards on the play. And you can tell the Buffalo Bills are extremely frustrated now. Bijan Robinson is in his bag right now. He's smiling. He already can feel that this is going to be a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, right now, all you have to do is kick a field goal, and you're up by 10 points. Here we go. 2nd and 5. I mean, I hope that this is a running play. I'm hoping that this is a running play, ladies and gentlemen. And he hands off to Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier gets around the sidelines, and he takes a hit. And he tries to reach for the 1st down mark. I don't think he got it. He's a tad bit short. He's about a yard short of the 1st down. So you have to believe that if he gets this 1st down, this game is pretty much over, ladies and gentlemen. So really good block right there. And he's able to try to reach, but he's a yard short. And that's going to be 3rd and 1. All right, so here we go. Bijan Robinson on the sidelines. All they need is 1 freaking yard on the play. All right, so and they're going to give him the 1st down. They are going to give him the 1st down, ladies and gentlemen. So 1st and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons. So, I mean, unless there's some type of miracle is performed here. So here we go. Penix throws. Oh, almost intercepted. And, oh, my goodness, Shaq Thompson almost came away with the interception. Atlanta Falcons, what the hell are you doing? Run the football. Run the freaking football. Look, I mean, my goodness. My freaking goodness. Bruh, do not put, like, if you're the Atlanta Falcons, why in God's name? First off, why are you throwing the football? Right now, you want to just milk the clock. And he's lucky that Thompson didn't come away with an interception. And they hand the ball off to Tyler Algier. He tries to get around the corner, and he does. And he gets enough for close to the 1st down. And he is upset with himself. He is absolutely upset with himself, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And that, ladies and gentlemen, probably is going to end up doing it. The Atlanta Falcons are 2 minutes away from pulling off an upset victory over the Buffalo Bills. This is my YouTube channel name, just like everyone in the chat. We're going to be the only team that didn't win this weekend. What an embarrassment to the fan base. Thank to Mickey Loomis. Well, that's where the Saints are right now, man. That's where the Saints are right now. Ain't no embarrassment to me. Ain't no embarrassment to me. Yep, going to flip to the Bears game after this. Probably not, man. Probably not. I'm gonna go ahead and just probably just gonna end up calling it a night. Now I gotta hear the loudmouth Falcon fans talking. Well, I mean, they deserve to talk after this performance, man. For real. They deserve to talk after this performance. Nah, I'm not. Also, did you have a chance to check out how awful the Bidwells are as owners? Nah, I didn't get a chance to check that out, Josh, to be honest. I haven't gotten a chance to, but I mean, I've heard, a lot of people like, once we were like talking, I was looking it up in real time and I seen like the comments for some of the Cardinal fans. I still might not show up Tuesday night. Nah, you right, TJ, bro. Life goes on. Well, I'm serious, man. Like, sure, I love the Atlanta. Excuse me. I love the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, ain't no love lost here for the Atlanta Falcons. Well, at the end of the day, man, the Saints ain't about to mess up my mood. They ain't about to mess up my mood. They ain't messing up my mood. Like, do I want the Saints to win? Absolutely. But man, look. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 1. Be careful for the play action. Be careful with the play action. And they jump. So they jump. And that's going to be pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. There's going to be a neutral zone infraction. And this is going to pretty much wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. That's it. How do you feel about the Titans coach getting fired? I mean, he was a terrible coach. Brian Callahan was awful. And the Titans, they were a legitimate franchise, man. I mean, they were flirting with AFC Championship, deep run playoff every single year with Mike Vrabel. So, yeah, he deserves to be fired. He deserves to be fired. So, the Titans are a respectable franchise, man. And them boys ain't about to sit around and just let these boys play around with them. All right, so 2 minutes left. Probably going to run the football here, hands the ball off to Tyler Algier. And they're able to get them. They're probably going to call their first time out, stop the clock again. If you are the Atlanta Falcons, you are not, I repeat, you are not putting this ball in the air. You running this ball 3 freaking times. You're running this ball 3 freaking times. If you throw this football and it gets picked off, and they basically showed you almost got away with it. Got away with it. TJ switched to the Bears game. It's an hardcore request. Man, I might stick around for a little while. All right, I might stick around for a little while after that. But look, man, I ain't got no problem, man. Look, everybody, when it comes to Atlanta Falcons, y'all know your boy go get them jokes off. But I mean, it's a good performance tonight. Good performance, man. You can't talk about them like that. I mean, when they do well, I mean, good solid performance, offensively and defensively. They're able to run the football really well. Tyler Algier tries to get the ball and loses yards on the play, and I'm pretty sure Buffalo is going to call a quick timeout after that. But they are in field goal range, pretty much a chip shot field goal. All right, so ball security is key, and also, you know, not turning the ball over. You try to put the ball in the air, which I would not do. I mean, if you do that, then and something happens. Like if you Raheem Morris, man, you looking like, man, what the world going on? So Raheem Morris, this would be, in my opinion, probably the biggest win of his head coaching career, especially with the Atlanta Falcons. Arthur Blank on the sidelines. And this is the type of game that gets this old man excited. Seeing his team knock off a really good, credible Buffalo Bills team. All right, 151 remaining. In motion. Here we go. Here's another handoff, this time to Tyler Algier. He gets stacked up, and this is going to be Buffalo's final timeout. Basically, all Tyler Algier was doing was running the ball, putting it in the middle, so it's just a chip shot field goal for Parker Romo. So Parker Romo coming on out to try to kick this field goal to make the lead pretty much insurmountable. And you got to come after this guy. If he missed this if the first field goal was blocked from 37, Parker Romo, I mean, pretty much a chip shot field goal here, 33 yards, right between the uprights. You miss this, you shank this, they might have to run this boy up out of town. All right, so here we go. Chip shot field goal. Snap, placement, kick on the way, hey, and it is good. So the Atlanta Falcons, 10-point lead, minute and 43 seconds left in the game. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, trying to come back out. But with a minute and 43 seconds left, being down 10, man, even Harry Houdini himself might be in over his head. But, I mean, really good performance right here. You look at the NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons. This game will put them at 3-2. Tampa Bay at 5-1. You got the Carolina Panthers, I believe, are at 3-2, which is insane. And the Saints sitting there at 1-5, dead last in the NFC South. So anyway, 10-point lead for the for the Atlanta Falcons over the Buffalo Bills. I just knew you were going to be live. I'm like, TJ probably having a field day with this game. Nah, like I said, man, there's a good performance by Atlanta tonight. Good performance by Atlanta tonight. All right, so here we go. Here's the kick. Gets into the landing zone. It is returnable. And Carrington trying to get around the sidelines and gets out of bounds. Really good special teams coverage right there. All right, so here we go. Josh Allen coming on out with a minute and 37 seconds left. No timeouts. And you're looking for a touchdown, a onside kick, getting possession back. And, this is what you're looking for right now. But what you want to do is try to get this ball into the end zone as quickly as possible. I mean, you need chunk plays here. Atlanta playing prevent. If you're Atlanta, you'll give them the middle of the field. And you see pressure. And he throws long, launching that joint. And really good coverage right there. Incomplete. So Hughes with the coverage. So Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. I mean, good catch, right? Savers tried to get it. I mean, he's one of the tallest receivers that they have. I believe he's like 6'4", but he's not able to come down with it. And really good coverage right there by Hughes. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 10. Down at the bottom, looking at him. That's Keon Coleman. And a little hook and lateral. And he gets the first down and gets out of bounds. Really good play between Keon Coleman and Ty Johnson. So they're able to get out of bounds with a little bit of hook and lateral action. All right, so here we go. Josh Allen in the gun, looking, throws the ball. That pass is caught, and he gets the first down. They're going to give Shavers the forward progress, and he hurry up and gets back to the line, hands the ball to the official, and gets stacked up. Josh Allen, minute and 9 seconds left. Here's the snap. Looking some more. Flushed out of the pocket, takes it himself, gets the first down, still looking, still running, still going, and he gets out of bounds. So 57 seconds left on the clock. Josh Allen does it himself. Meanwhile, the Bears and the Commanders are tied at 16. So Josh Allen, they're playing man coverage. Down the field, prevent. And he's pointing, trying to tell Shakir, give me a block so I can get out of bounds. And he does. So here we go. I mean, a lot of big chunk yards because you have the defenders with their back turned. And you have to wonder to yourself if you want to kick a field goal. Oh, Shavers is able to get the catch and get out of bounds. Now, that's a catch. So really good save right there by Shavers. So Josh Allen, I mean, he is winded. You can tell. But man, you gotta find a way to get through this. So Shavers able to catch it, little toe drag swag for our viewers at home. And 51 seconds remaining. The Buffalo Bills are in the red zone right now. All right, so here we go. Josh Allen in the gun. Here's the snap. Looking some more. And he rolls to his left, rolling on the river. And that is intercepted off a tip pass by Malone. And ladies and gentlemen, the Atlanta Falcons with the exclamation point. The defense of the Atlanta Falcons up to the challenge tonight, and Buffalo fans are absolutely in shock. The Atlanta Falcons with the statement, knocking off the Buffalo Bills. And like I said, how many times have we seen Josh Allen make things happen? Tried to get the ball to, I believe, Shakur, but the tip pass by Harrison, getting that hand up in there, getting that big paw. Tip drill, Malone takes it and just goes down. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all she wrote. The Atlanta Falcons with the upset, knocking off the Buffalo Bills. Nobody believed this was going to happen. This is a statement win by the Atlanta Falcons. A statement. A statement victory by the Atlanta Falcons here tonight. 24-14. Let me hit up my boy Berto. This is a statement win. This can be a franchise altering victory right here. Or it just could be, a good win. It's probably set you up, but you got to keep that momentum going. This effing sucks booty juice. Well, we're the worst team in the South. It is what it is. Yeah, the New Orleans Saints are the worst in the South. Thanks, TJ, because I couldn't get the game on my TV. Well, no problem, man. Thank you for stopping by. I say, man, I have. Yeah, I'm switching over to the other game, by the way. I'll stay there for a few minutes. But like I said, man, you can't get mad at these guys, man. Can't get mad at them. Every team in NFC South seems like they're finding success, got players making statements, and meanwhile the New Orleans Saints are looking like straight up slow. Okay, and it's all because of just bad decisions over the last few years. So they're gonna have to find a way to get themselves out of this hole that they're in. But right now, they are the worst team in NFC South, and it's not even close. TJ, it's just as likely the Falcons get dog walked next week. I mean, look, I don't know if they're gonna get dog walk or not. I don't know if they're gonna get dog walk, but all I know is uh, you beating a team like the Buffalo Bills. Then you got to play. I think their next game is against the San Francisco 49ers on a short week. 49ers, they will be without Fred Warner. I mean, he has to get ankle surgery, so he's going to be out for a while. So that defense don't have their best player on it. And, they've been dealing with a lot of injuries on that team with Brock Purdy and George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk. I mean, they out there basically playing with a bunch of backups and reserves. So, I mean, this could be like a part of Atlanta's schedule where they're just catching teams at a really good time. Like they caught the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. Buffalo tonight, they were missing some defensive players, but that's not an excuse. They had everybody on their offense, and they couldn't move the football. I mean, they could move the football, but they weren't able to score any points. So, say, bro, seeing these teams win just gets my blood pressure up. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty bad. All right, so 17-16 is the game between the Commanders and the Bears. All right, 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter. We play the Bears next week. Yep, Saints play the Bears. And then after that, they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, I mean, looking at these Bears tonight, good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck. I know one thing. I'm not dealing with Falcon fans this week. This is one of them games. It's kind of like that Tampa game that they won in overtime last year, where they just, you couldn't tell them that DeAndre Swift, man, takes a big hit, but not before he gets the first down and a whole lot more. So getting past the 2-minute mark in the third quarter between the Commanders and the Bears. All right, so really good offensive line work right here. Big man, guard able to get the second level, open up a lane, taking on Louvu. And that offensive lineman, that big man is going to win every single time. So really good run right there by DeAndre Swift. Rome Odunze in motion. Little double shift. And here we go. And a screen pass. Getting a lot of yards. So really good run right there. So the Commanders are on their heels right now, and the Chicago Bears got them confused. I mean, man, I pray we don't give Dennis Allen a damn win. I don't know, man. The Saints versus Bears game will be dripping with storylines. Yep, you got Caleb Williams against Spencer Rattler. Of course, we know Spencer Rattler was the starter at Oklahoma. Then Caleb Williams came along, took his job, and man, and Zacchaeus could not corral that catch. It takes a real big shot. And we look at DJ Moore. It looks like he's trying to get off the field. He's limping, so he's walking off the field. Marshawn Lattimore out there. So real throw right there. Marshawn Lattimore and just gives Zacchaeus a huge shot. So here we go. And so here we go. Quick pass. That pass is caught. He got a convoy in front, but he's not able to get the first down, but he does get about 8 yards. So Luther Burton. All right, so that might be the final play in the third quarter. Because the losses were self-inflicted and deflating because we should have won. Dirty Birds, says Oliver. Yeah. Man, team look good tonight, man. I ain't gonna lie. And boy, they look good tonight. They look legit tonight. Yeah, and it may take a few years. Allen and Mickey really destroyed this team. I would say more. All right, so here we go. And here is a sack. So at the end of the third quarter, you got Bobby Wagner, the ageless wonder. A little bit of a bobble snap between the center and Caleb Williams, and that's going to be a sack. All right, so here we go. Fourth quarter. Championship quarter right here. Jaden Daniels. Number 1 pick versus the number 2 pick. Man, I don't give a F. Man, come on, Jerry. You got to calm down, man. You got to calm down, man. You got to calm down, my guy. It's possible we go 1-9 by the bye week. Well, if they go 1-9, I tell you this, it increase your chances of getting yourself a top pick. So, man, is it just me? But I feel like Loomis is an energy sucking vampire, just sucking the life out of the Saints and the Saints fan base. Man, look. Because the New Orleans Saints did not come to grips with what was going on with their franchise over the last couple of years, this is the reason why they're in this situation. If they would have nipped it in the bud, if they would have made the adjustments, and then we wouldn't be in this. TJ, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel it. Man, it's not the end of the world, bro. It's not the end of the world, man. That boy Jerry, man, like, man, he ain't trying to get them boy nothing. Nah, man, it's all good though, bro. Look, yeah, just not a good season. Just not a good season for the Saints. Just not a good season, man. I mean, look, when the Saints were on top and the Atlanta Falcons was fumbling all over themselves, everybody was making fun of them, laughing. I was too. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be laughing again. But right now, they're a better team. Saints are, I hate to say it, they're the worst team in the NFC South. Worst record, 1-5. Well, I think Carolina even won 3 games. They in the thick of things. I mean, yeah. I mean, you got the Panthers 3-3, Falcons 3-2, Bucks 5-1. So yeah, that's where you at. That's what you own. 1-5, 3-3. So you in the basement. TJ, when will a change come? I have absolutely no idea. I don't. I don't, like, honestly, I don't see a change happening because you have Mickey Loomis that's not going to change. He's not going to change, man. Plain and simple. He is not going to change. So I don't see no changes coming. Oh, and it's blocked. It's blocked. Wow. Special teams showing up again. A squandered opportunity. And what is going on with the special teams? Deron Payne and Caleb Williams upset, frustrated. Come away with absolutely nothing. Able to get around the side. I mean, face mask and all. I mean, got ripped down by the face mask. Jake Moody. And Dan Quinn, elated. Special teams coming through again when it matters most. All right, so here we go, man. Deron Payne. So this is going to set up a 1st and 10 for Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. In the gun. Hands the ball off. And Merritt gets about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Say, bro, let's see. Watch we draft that fake Patrick Mahomes dude from Nebraska. I don't think he's eligible. He's not eligible to come out this year. He's a true sophomore. So they can't draft him anyway. The Saints are bad not because they don't have the capacity and talent to win these games. It's just lack of discipline, period. Yeah, that and man, just not a good football team. They're just not. Good team find ways to win. And here we go. And that pass is caught, and that's to Zach Ertz, another ageless wonder, and he gets enough for the first down. Just continues to make plays. Got to be in about year 12 or 13. Any wideouts in college catching your eye this season yet? Like I said, I like Denzel Boston, and that's a good catch right there by Deebo Samuel. Still fighting, they ripping, and it's no avail. I mean, but he's able to get about 2 or 3 yards on a play. Yeah, they got a few of them, man. But I'm just looking for these possession guys that can possibly be number one guys for you. TJ, how do you approach the draft this year so you can contend for the division? You gotta get somebody that's a frequent pass rusher on defense, somebody that's going to be a disruptor. Rather you get a guy through free agency, or you get a guy through the draft. Like, you need somebody that's going to be able to get the quarterback on the ground and provide pressure and be a matchup nightmare against the offensive lineman. So that's what you need right there. Quick pass right there. That pass is caught, and I believe that is McCaffrey, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what this flag is all about. Let's see what it's about, man. Really good pass, quick throw, quick pass right there. I mean, you got flags all over the place. And you got an eligible man downfield. All right, so those are offsetting penalties, so they're just going to replay that down. So offsetting penalties right there. No harm, no foul. If I have the top pick, I'm getting a wide receiver. Man, I mean, look. We 7 weeks into the season, and you got Saints fans talking like that. Yeah, that's pretty bad, man. The Saints are the worst team in the NFC. They're the only team in the conference with 1 win. Yeah, pretty bad stuff, man. Pretty bad stuff. All right, so 2nd and 6. Jaden Daniels in the gun, Merritt in the backfield alongside him, and looking, throws the ball downfield, wide open. And that pass is caught, but wait a minute, hold the phone. We got a flag on the play. Is it on the defense? Is it on the defense? Jaden Daniels believes it is on the defense, and if it is, then this is a big-time play. That penalty is declined. That's a first down. So Lane. I mean, Tyreek Stevenson, probably one of the best corners on the Bears, if not the best, got him with the sluggo route, the double move, and able to get down the field wide open. I mean, just got him with the double move. Stop. Caught it. And just gets knocked out of bounds. So really good play right there by Lane. All right, so 1st and goal. Here's the handoff to Merritt. Merritt leans forward, gets past the line of scrimmage, gets about 1 yard, but that's about it. The Chicago Bears need a stop in a major way. Defensive coordinator Dennis Allen has got to force a field goal. Has to have his troops forcing a field goal right here. And if you're Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, you need this in a major way. This puts you right back in the thick of things in the NFC East. We know that the Eagles dropped 2 straight. We've seen the Dallas Cowboys lose in an upset against the Carolina Panthers. This is a big game for Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Here we go. In the gun. Daniels throws, pass, caught, touchdown, Ertz. Jaden Daniels with the bullet to Zach Ertz to put the Washington Commanders up by 7 with a field goal pending. A 6-yard reception by the ageless tight end, Zach Ertz. So let's take a look at this play. All right, you got your linebacker right there. You got Jaden Daniels in the gun. Offensive line giving him time, going through his progressions, and just drops it in the bucket. Straight up threading the needle in the back of the end zone to Zach Ertz. And here we go. Snap, placement, kick on the way. Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a ball game. An 8-point lead in the fourth quarter for the Washington Commanders. And we know these games always end in a thriller. We remember what happened last year. Jaden Daniels, Hail Mary on the final play of the game to knock off the Chicago Bears. Right now, he's out there threading the needle, putting his team up by 8. TJ, would you be happy to see us beat Dennis Allen? Man, at this point, I would be happy seeing the Saints beat any team. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, just beat somebody. It don't matter. I ain't asking you to call another Bears game, TJ. They started falling apart as soon as you start watching. Man, this game ain't over, man. I need a Doomsday Swift and Debo to score so I can get some more money. Oh, man. Look, I feel you on that, my guy. Look, that man said, I want that Skrilla. I need my money. Give me my money. I feel you, buddy. That man said, give me my money. Give me my money. Yeah, give me my money. But look, man, like, you got yourself 2 young studs right here. This could possibly be a game that could determine a NFC championship one day. I mean, you got 2 young studs going at it. You know, so really good game so far, man. Really good game. I will admit, really good game. Really good game so far. The man said they start falling apart as soon as I tuned in. My bad, man. My bad, my guy. I mean to screw it up for him. I did not mean to screw it up for the Chicago Bears. Say, hey, hey, hey. What you got to say? All I got to say is hit that subscribe button. If you like the content, if you like the play-by-play, if you like the live stream, make sure that you hit that like button. I really do appreciate that. Show your support. I don't see how I'm a curse, Josh. I could care less. I have absolutely no dog in this fight. I don't care who wins. I mean, look, I ain't got no problem with the Commanders. I like Jaden Daniels. You know, I'm not the biggest Caleb Williams fan at all, but I mean, I went, you know, I ain't trying to like pray on his demise or anything. I ain't praying on his downfall. I just don't like his body language. I just don't like his body language. I don't. I've never seen a quarterback that acts the way that guy does find success in the league. And I think it's like only a matter of time before somebody like get upset and, you know, and probably tell his fool off. I mean, I'm just saying, man, like you up there like acting like the game over, crying and whining and whatnot. You know, like, man, they're well on your teammates, man. It does. It wears on your teammates. Like everybody else, like tapped in, dialed in, like, man, we still got this game. Let's go out here and try to win this thing. You over there pouting and whining and boo-hooing about play. It's over with. All right, so here we go. DeAndre Swift still fighting and carrying guys with him. Still carrying guys with him. Gets about 5 yards on the play. So real tough running right there by DeAndre Swift, who has been running hard throughout the night. Every time you see him making big play after big play, I mean, so a lot of bad juju going on for the Chicago Bears right now. They got to get something going. Zacchaeus in motion, play action, looking. Williams looking, throws that ball deep, and that is incomplete. Tried to get it to Roma Doomsday. Homeboy put the bazooka on his shoulder and threw that thing down the field with 2 defenders. And he lucky that one picked off. But really good coverage right there by the safety and cornerback. So Roma Dunze running down the field, able to get it. And if that ball was down the field, I must say it would have been a real hard catch. Still would have been a real hard catch. I respect the aggressiveness, but that was gonna be tough right there. You had to be Megatron to catch something like that. 3rd and 4. All right, so here we go. Here's the snap. Caleb Williams just get it off. That pass is caught by DeAndre Swift. He gets up the field. 30, 20, to the 10, 5. Touchdown, DeAndre Swift. $55 yards. Martin missed the tackle. Probably thought that Swift got pushed out of bounds. Really good balance right there by DeAndre Swift to stay in bounds. And just like that, the Bears back in this thing. I mean, I don't know what Martin was thinking here. It looked like he just kind of eased up on it. Like, okay, whiffed on the tackle. And nobody back there, I mean, about as easy as a touchdown, you're going to see only one defender to beat. And just like that, they're going for 2. The Bears are trying to tie their joint up. Commit in motion. Here we go. Looking some more. Caleb Williams get flushed out of the pocket, throwing it, tried to slink that thing, and it's incomplete. Intended for Zacchaeus. Caleb Williams, slow to get up. Probably ain't nothing wrong with him. That's just what he is. And Ben Johnson trying to get his riverboat ride on. Getting his riverboat ride on. But that gamble did not pay off. Did not pay off, ladies and gentlemen. I like Eric McAllister, the wide receiver from TCU, 6'3", 210. In his last 4 games, he had 475 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Brother TJ, I've been saying it for weeks. I believe Rattler can be the franchise. Sincerely, Money Mick. Adunze and Debo, they all need please Jesus. TJ, we better beat Chicago. The way we are playing these teams tough, we are capable of winning games. We have to score in the red zone because we have no problem getting down there. Caleb Williams doesn't have NFL heart. Dude whine too much for me, man. Good player, like talented guy. He just whine too much, man. Like I can't stand no whining dude, man. Like, dude, every time something happens, he whining and poking his lip out, man. Like, come on, man. Now you supposed to be a leader of a football team, and you out there poking your lip out upset. I just don't like that, man. I don't. I think the guy is extremely talented, but I just, man, if he was on my football team doing all that whining, bro, I would have a problem with that. I have a problem with it. And I'm pretty sure his teammates do have a problem with it, but what can you do when you're the franchise guy, and I'm pretty sure you got favor with the upper management. So yeah, but I just don't like that, man. I don't like a whiner. Like, go out there and play some ball, man. Put some dirt on it. Every time this dude get hit, he laying down on the ground like somebody just, like somebody just killed him or something. Like, every quarterback take hits. Get your behind back up, get back in the huddle, and fight for your team. That's my problem that I have with him. I mean, I think he had all the talent in the world. I really do. I think dude got all the talent in the world. All right, but speaking of which, all right, we talked about I believe Chris was talking about his parlays. All right, but speaking of parlays, this show brought to you, where's that? Up here. There it is, right there, by MyBookie. All right, MyBookie. You can download the MyBookie app. All right, and you can place your bets there. You can get a buy-in bonus up to $500, right? Bet up to $500. If you get that buy-in option, you can possibly get your money back. All you have to do is use that promo code, which is Saints. Saints. Use that promo code, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Use that promo code. Shouts out to my bookie. That's the nail polish. Look, I don't care about nail polish or not. I don't care what you put on your fingers, bro. I don't care what you put on your fingers, man. You got to be a warrior out there in these streets, bro. You can't be sitting around here whining and boo-hooing about plays, crying and whining and stuff like that. That's going to weigh on people thin. All right, so here we go. Luke McCaffrey getting up the field, gets to the 40-yard line. Really good return right there by Luke McCaffrey. And it looked like he's slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay. All right, so Jaden Daniels able to bounce back. Really good 50-50 ball right there. So Chris Moore is able to get a catch. Then we see Luke McCaffrey. So once again, no scary Terry. But the offense still a little scary. Jaden Daniels putting the team on his back. We have seen him do this quite a few times. Seen him do it at LSU. Seen him do it countless times in his rookie season. Trying to do it again in his sophomore season as an NFL quarterback. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. Play action. Looking. Time. He can knit a sweater in a pocket. Able to get out the pocket. Able to get past the line of scrimmage. And gets about 2 or 3 yards on the play before he gets tripped up. So we look at DeMarco Jackson making a tackle. Okay, DeMarco Jackson, former New Orleans Saint right there. So we got Brisker out here. Taking a look at him. Matched up against Deebo Samuel on a 2nd and 7. Jaden Daniel in the gun. Zach Ertz in motion. Moves from left to right. Jaden Daniels looking. Getting it a sweater in the pocket. Able to escape. Running some more. Gets past the line of scrimmage before he gets knocked out of bounds, but he gets about 2 yards on the play. So this is going to set up 3rd down. So once again, Jaden Daniels showing escapability. And you got to believe the way that Dan Quinn operates, this may be 4th down territory. Jaden Daniels, 3rd and 5. As the rain looked like it's slowly starting to come in. Could be snow. I don't know. Looking more like rain to me. All right, so here we go. Samuel in motion. All right, so here we go. Here's the snap. Able to get around a corner. Takes a shot. Pass incomplete. And there's a flag on the play. And that's going to be roughing a passer on Brisker going at the feet of Jaden Daniels. Everybody knows that's a no-no. That is a Brady rule. Jaquan Brisker. I mean, went after the legs. You can't do that. All right, so here we go. Goes on a blitz. You're able to get around Laramie Tunzel and just goes after the legs. They're going to call that every time, folks. We all know that this is a quarterback league, and they are trying to create these rules to make sure that these quarterbacks are upright. So that's automatic 1st down. Not a very smart decision right there by Jaquan Brisker. So you got to be able to get off the field on 3rd down in these crucial situations. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Merritt. Merritt gets pushed back after he gets about 1 yard on the play. That's Edmonds. They're saying no gain. They're on a 2nd and 10, so he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. So the running game of the Washington Commanders held in check so far tonight. And he gets flipped. But here we go, 2nd and 10. Jaden Daniels in the gun again. Bears showing blitz. Deebo Samuel move from left to right. Hands the ball off again. No, little miscommunication right there. I don't know if that was for Zach Ertz. Maybe it was somebody else. It looked like it was to Zach Ertz, but it seemed like they weren't on the same page. So this is 3rd and long for the Washington Commanders. All right, so we look at Zach Ertz. He was turning around, and, yeah, it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Okay, so Montez Sweat able to get that paw out there, just getting the index finger and the pinky on the football, and that's all you need to deflect it. 3rd and 10. Empty backfield. Jaden Daniels. They pressured him. Going around. Throws the ball. Slings that thing out of bounds. Bringing the pressure. Dialing it up. Montez Sweat and crew able to get the Commanders off the field. It is 4th and 10. So what is going to happen here? Probably going to be a punt. Flushing them out of the pocket. He just throws the ball away and able to get around Zach Ertz. Couldn't get the chip on him. All right, so 4th and 10. And this is going to be a punt. All right, so the Bears getting the ball back with 8 minutes, 3 seconds, and counting. Ball in the air, high. Calls for the fair catch and gets the ball. And gets it inside of the 10-yard line. Ben Johnson and his offense back on the field trying to get a lead late in the 4th quarter. Somebody say I'm 2 plays behind. I apologize for that. Let's see. Let's see if I can catch up. Saying I'm 2 plays behind. Let's see if I can actually catch up. All right. Hopefully I didn't caught up. Say you 2 plays behind, TJ. Yeah, I may be 2 plays behind. Let me see. I don't know, man. Sometimes people TV's two plays behind. Depends on if you're watching on an app or maybe like if you're watching it in a certain region or something. And Atlanta just won now. They think they're going to the Super Bowl. Well, I mean, all right, so here we go. Taking a look at what was going on Twitter. I am working with the governor of Louisiana to bring charges against Olave, Kool-Aid, Juwan Johnson for impersonating NFL starters. These men must be brought to justice. All right, so here we go. I got 7:57 left in the game. I'm looking at Tyreek Stevens. I'm looking at Jaden Daniels. All right, so it's 1st and 10 for Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. All right, that's where I'm at. I don't know where y'all at, but this is where I'm at. All right, so here we go. At the 10-yard line, Caleb Williams sends the kids in motion and play action, looking, throws the ball over the top and tried to get a Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet not only gets the 1st down, but gets slung out of bounds. And, I mean, he dragged him. He caught him and that's probably going to be a flag on the Washington Commanders. So let's see. So offsides on the defense. And that penalty is declined. So that's going to result in a 1st down. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 after Cole Kmet just dragged the cornerback with him But that's going to be 1st and 14. Wait a minute. I'm a tad bit confused. How is it offsides on the defense and it's a 1st and 4, whatever. 1st and 14 for Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Push back to the 5-yard line. Zacchaeus in motion. They hand the ball off to DeAndre Swift. He gets stonewalled, and I don't mean Jackson, in the backfield by Bobby Wagner and crew on the defensive line. So we see the big hog mollies up front. Can't block for DeAndre Swift. Excuse me, not DeAndre Swift. So you got the running back getting pushed in the backfield for a loss on the play. So they lose 2 yards. So this is 2nd and 16. Rushing yards, virtually identical, 113 to 112. Like a heavyweight championship fight. They're sending pressure, throws, pass, incomplete. The kids thinking about running, would have had the 1st down. And he dropped the football. Drop the football. I mean, you would have been running. You would have still been running. I mean, nothing in front of you but space and opportunity, and you drop the football. Unbelievable. Would have converted on a 2nd and 16. Instead, nada. And Zacchaeus can't corral it. And man, what a fortunate event for the Commanders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Get the snap off in time. Caleb Williams throws, pass, caught, big hit, and it's going to bring up 4th down. So gives it back to Zacchaeus. This time he gets it, but he's still short of the 1st down. And now the Chicago Bears are going to have to punt. So really good stop right there by the Washington Commanders. I mean, they dodged the bullet because that clearly would have been a 1st down and a whole lot more about Zacchaeus. No disrespect to Bobby Wagner, but when you have Bobby Wagner matched up on a wide receiver, that is not an ideal matchup. So here we go. Ball in the air, and he gets it. And he breaks the tackle, gets up the field, gets to about the 40-yard line in lane. And Zacchaeus still upset at himself, knowing that that play was huge and could have had the chains of moving. Can't have a name like Kool-Aid and get abused every game. Yeah, can't do it, man. Can't do it. We got 418 people watching this right now. I ask that you hit the like button. Ask that you hit the like button. Hit the like button. Also subscribe to the State of the NFL podcast channel. All right. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left. 1st and 10 for the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniel in the gun. Merritt in the backfield. They hand it off to him on a delayed handoff. He gets past the line of scrimmage, gets about 2 or 3 yards on the play. This is going to bring up 2nd down. And right now, the clock is on the side of the Commanders. And if you are the Bears, you need to stop. So Kronsky Merritt, 17 rushes for 62 yards, 3.6 yard average tonight. So getting it the hard way tonight. Pause. Jaden Danielson in the gun once again on a 2nd and 6. Sends McCaffrey in motion. And that's a sack. So Dominique Robinson and you got Jaden Daniel losing his shoe on a 3rd down. So dialing up the blitz there, bringing pressure up the middle. And, I mean, just the protection in the middle just could not hold up right in the face of Jaden Daniels. And, man, they ripping and scratching and clawing and all that other stuff. 3rd and 13. All right, so here we go. Jaden Daniels looking, throws, caught. And and he gets the 1st down. So tough running right there. I believe that was Martinez. Oh, excuse me, Jeremy McNichols. I apologize. It's Jeremy McNichols. the bigger back of the two, just sneaks out the backfield and just gets up the field and just barrels his way to the first down, saying, I want it more than you got, dog it, and gets himself a first down. And Dan Quinn, you think he not fired up right now? So McNichols gets 15 yards. They needed 13. He gets 15. Here's the handoff. McNichols fighting. Gets past the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to tick. 3:49, 3:48 and change. Right now, you're trying to get yourself a stop. You're probably trying to see if your defense can get a stop if they convert. I'm talking Washington. If they get themselves another first down, then guess what? You're probably going to be using your timeouts going forward. All right, so here we go. Jaden Daniels taking a look at Cliff Kingsbury, offensive coordinator of Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels in the gun. All right, so here we go. Sends her in motion, breaks off, runs, tries to dive for the first down, a yard short. So goes head first, but almost gets a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 in a crucial situation. Crucial. All right, so here we go. Montez Sweat. Excuse me, I got somewhere to be. Jaden Daniels just goes forward and just dives forward. Say, excuse me, runs up the middle and tries to get the first down, but Edwards and crew are able to stop him before he reaches the line to gain, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here we go. Here we go. 1 yard is what Jaden Daniels and the Commanders need right now. Bears, not totally out of it, but you got to believe that if they get this first down, that's when you're going to start using these timeouts. Oh, excuse me. I guess they did use one of those timeouts already with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. Hoping, if you're Chicago, that your offense gets another opportunity. Hoping that your defense gets a stop. But this is a huge, and I do mean huge, 3rd down for the Washington Commanders. Kronsky Merritt back in the game again. Lane playing in the game, getting a little bit more action. All right, so here we go. If you're the Chicago Bears, you need a stop. You need to get something on this play. Ball security is key at this point. Here we go. Here's the handoff. Football! And it's picked up by the Chicago Bears. Slippery football on a wet night. And my goodness, Kronsky Merritt did not have it. The handoff, Kapayow, hands it up, my bad. Oh no, goes through the hands of Merritt. And right there, Johnny on the spot, or dare I say, right on the spot, is right to pick it up. And what a confloma for the Washington Commanders. Could not have come at a worse time. Ball at about the 43-yard line. And here we go. 1st and 10 for the Chicago Bears. Zacchaeus in motion. Handoff. Swiftly getting up the field. Swiftly gets about 2 yards on the play. Get your behind up out of here. And Darian Payne saying, enough of this nonsense. I'm tired of this man running all over me. Jake Moody, with his second team, has struggled throughout his NFL career. We know Jake Moody was one of the best kickers in college football. First kicker I ever seen to win MVP of the East-West Shrine Game, but has had the yips. But here we go. Hopefully you won't need him. DeAndre Swift gets up the field, gets about 3 or 4 yards on the play. This is going to set up 3rd down. And you have to wonder, Will this be the last snap before the 2-minute warning? 3rd and 5 for the Chicago Bears. And you're probably not going to snap this. You're probably going to go to the 2-minute warning. I am convinced this crap is scripted. All right, so here we go. 2-minute warning. 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5. Crucial. Crucial, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it is crucial. Crucial. And I do mean crucial, ladies and gentlemen. TJ, the way you went off earlier today, the show should have been called The Saints and the Smoke Podcast. Haha, TJ, I can tell you enjoyed calling this game and you didn't even want to do it. Yeah, man, look, if I'm doing something, if I agree to do something, I'm going to put everything I can into it. I'm going to put everything I can into it. This is a game, Cliff and Dennis in the bag. Yeah. My bookie got it. I'm downloading it now, says Chris. Appreciate that, man. Maybe he will be a good wrestler or actor one day. I hit the like button, TJ. I got a call in soon to give the word of God on Spencer Rattler. Yeah, feel free to do so, man. When we open up them phone lines. We open up them phone line, man. Feel free to call in. But this has been an exciting game. I mean, both of these teams really want it, and they fighting for it, man. They are fighting for it. Oh, I think I already. I'm just trying to see if I missed anybody. We need a quarterback that can run and pass the football, and the Saints better not draft LSU nuts busts because his dad is the Saints offensive coordinator. Yeah, I agree. Not a Garrett Nussmeier guy. All right, so 3rd and 5 for the Chicago Bears after the 2-minute warning. I'm pretty sure I'm ahead of people. A lot of people probably already know what's about to happen, but look, this is where we at right now. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 5. Who are you looking for on a play like this? I'm looking for DJ Moore. He's going to be lined up on Marshawn Lattimore. As we know, Marshawn Lattimore has had some struggles. That's my guy. But look, it might be 2-down territory. 3rd and 5. Hopefully you don't need 2 downs to get to the 5 yards. All right, so here we go. Throws it. Quick pass. That pass is caught. So Loveland is able to get the first down and get down. So Caleb Williams. Minute and 46 seconds left. Clock continues to tick. Jake Moody getting warmed up. Hopefully they can make it easier for him. They almost in field goal range. All right, so here we go. Roma Dunze in motion. Quick toss. Gets up the field. Almost gets there. DeAndre Swift almost sneaks through. This is bringing up a 2nd down. Minute and 26 seconds left. Washington calls their first timeout of the second half. And we take a look at Von Miller. So a lot of exciting Monday Night Football games taking place over the last few weeks. We seen a classic between Jacksonville and Kansas City last week. Seeing another game where we have 2 young quarterback studs out here trying to lead their team to victory. Taking a look at Jake Moody again. Jake Moody. I mean, you look at the wind swirling. Hopefully, it don't even have to come to this. But if it does. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 6. All right, so here we go. Here's the handoff. Gets around the side. Swift gets the first down in field goal range right now. Minute and 22 seconds left. Gets that first down, and Washington is going to have to call another timeout. So they got one more timeout remaining. Washington Commanders got to be absolutely sick after with the missed exchange between Merritt and Daniels. Now you're using up your timeouts. Bears got the first down. DeAndre Swift, 93 yards rushing, 67 yards receiving, 160 yards total, and a touchdown. And right now, everything is in the favor. It's going in the favor, I should say, of the Chicago Bears. So here we go, Ben Johnson and the Commanders fans. Like, man, my goodness. I mean, football is the game of emotions, folks. Minute and 22 seconds left. I believe you're going to hand this ball off. Oh, no, they're going to try to throw the football. And Caleb Williams slides. Smart decision right there. Loses yards, but hey, is still able to stay in bounds. So kind of a smart decision by Caleb Williams, able to kind of just slide, stays in bounds, and forces the Commanders to use their final timeout. So he tries to throw the ball, and just slides there, man. Really smart decision right there. Really, really good situational football right there by Caleb Williams. Minute 14 seconds left. Got to believe that the Washington Commanders are trying to rip that ball away from DeAndre Swift. You got to believe that the Chicago Bears probably are not going to put this ball in the air anymore tonight. The only time this ball should go in the air is when they're trying to kick this field goal to win it by 1 point. So the wind is moving, all right? You got to try to find a way. So you want to run this ball. You want to try to run this football. So here we go. DeAndre Swift, round the corner. DeAndre Swift, good, and he gets the first down. So you got a 15-yard gain. I mean, man, my goodness. I mean, these boys are getting sliced through like Swiss cheese. And that probably gonna pretty much do it. This basically chip shot field goals territory right here. 31 seconds remaining. Shout out to Berto. I can't wait for the NFC South Roundtable recap show. Rise up. Yeah, it should be interesting. You ever done phone lines for a state of NFL? No, I haven't. I haven't. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10, man. I mean, this game in all intensive purposes of it's pretty much over here. I mean, just hand the ball off, yeah, or basically just line it up, make it very, very easy. Make it very, very easy for Jake Moody. All right, so they're going to take this thing all the way down. Turnovers have been the issue throughout the night. 3 turnovers for the Washington Commanders. And Ben Johnson. And they are a chip shot field goal away. A chip shot field goal away, ladies and gentlemen. So a 38-yard field goal straight down the middle. All you have to do is just kick that joint right down the middle. Last time it was blocked. But let's see what's going to happen here. All right, so here we go. Jake Moody. 3 seconds left. Don't have to worry about no timeouts. Don't have to worry about no timeouts. 47. Made it from 47. Made it from 48. Made it from 41. Got it blocked. So here we go. 38-yard attempt to give the Chicago Bears the win over Washington. Snap, placement, kick on the way, and it is good. Jake Moody, redemption story, kicks the Chicago Bears to a 1-point victory over the Washington Commanders. So what a performance by DeAndre Swift. Took the team, put it on his back late. And all this stems from a bad exchange. And the ball just kicked on the way and good, true. And Jake Moody. We need to put a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams. You did a great job tonight, TJ. I appreciate that, Josh. Appreciate that. Hey, TJ, can't watch the game, but love listening to your commentary. Who that? I appreciate that, Scott. Thank you. Thank you for that, man. But there you have it. Chicago Bears able to squeak out a 1-point victory over the Washington Commanders, 25-24. What a game. What a game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Atlanta gets it done tonight in shocking fashion, and the Chicago Bears win the game in thrilling fashion. What a Monday night watch-along edition here on the State of the NFL. And once again, my name is TJ Jones, and I appreciate you all stopping by. We will be here for Thursday night matchup on Thursday Night Football, so make sure that you come and be a part of that watch-along. I really would appreciate that. Much love to each and every one of you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel State of the NFL. Also, you can follow me on X at TJAY Jones 8. Till next time, I'll see you down the road.